Hello, welcome to another episode of the NFL Family Fight with me, Daryl Ragsdale, and my family. I got my big brother, Charles Ragsdale, who is currently in the league. I got my big brother, Curtis Murray, and I got my other big brother, Harold Ragsdale, right now, who is in second place, and we're trying to come back. Man, it was an awesome week last week. First and foremost, we want you to like, share, and subscribe. We want you to share this with someone else, whoever you think might enjoy this type of content. Y'all, it was an awesome week last week. We all had a good week. We all knew who was going to win most of the games. That Kansas City game got me last week. But Chuck stuck with his team, and his team pulled out a big win for him that kept him in the lead last week. Now we're moving on to this week, and we've already been having some good conversation, and we just wanted to bring you all in on that conversation. So Chuck, without further ado, man, go ahead and get us going. What's going on? What we got for today?
Just two games. We got Harold leading us off, Daryl, Kurt, and myself. Then myself, Kurt, Daryl, and Harold in that order.
So you see how he put himself last, Kurt. He put himself last so that he can pick the same team that we picking, so that he can keep this lead. You know?
That's just how the order worked out.
I know. I'm just playing. I'm just messing with you, man. Last week was an awesome week. Y'all know we got a little heated. You know, but it's all family, and it ain't nothing but love with us. That's why we call it the family fight. We all love football, and that's what it's all about. So let's go ahead and get it going this week with our picks. Y'all was talking about something. Well, I guess we could talk about it when we talk about the game. I want that conversation online. All right, let's go.
Yeah, it was a heated debate there. But yeah, the first game is going to be, first of all, I'm up on top of everybody. It's going to take a lot for them to win. Harold believes that he'll be able to come back. But it's the Chiefs and the Ravens. The first game. And then the second game is going to be the Lions and the 49ers. So the Chiefs will be going into Baltimore after putting that whooping on the Bills. And they're going to do the same thing up there in Baltimore. And you know what? They already know who I'm going to pick. So if they, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. So how about it, Harold? If y'all want to come back, y'all better hope the Chiefs lose.
Ain't no hope to it. First of all, go ahead and talk about Doodoo Platts. What he did last week against the Texans. He had 11 carries. He rushed for over 100 yards. I don't know what your quarterback did, but he completed 16 of 22 passes for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. No INTs. That's what Jackson did at home in his house. It wasn't decided by a field goal, by a missed field goal, because real champions don't win off of somebody else's mistake. Real champions stomp your head in. And that's what's going to happen this week. I got Dookie Platts. Give me them Ravens, baby. You see it.
Okay, and Daryl.
Check it out. Nothing else to say. Just okay, and Daryl. All right. So y'all know I've been pulling for Baltimore was my preseason pick, and I'm gonna stay with them this week. Baltimore is a good team. Now, Chuck, you said something earlier that nobody heard, and I have to disagree with you now that I finally can. You said that Josh Allen was a better quarterback than Dookie Platts. You said that he's harder to bring down when he's running, and he's a better passer. And I disagree all the way around on that sentiment. First of all, yes, it seems like Josh Allen is harder to tackle. That's just because, what's Dookie Platts' name? I can't even. Lamar Jackson. He's so much faster than Josh Allen that people can't get their arms around him, but he's just as big, just as strong. He's just as hard to tackle. People just don't get their arms around him like that. When he break off and start running, people are not grabbing him and stuff like that. People grabbing Josh Allen. And his arm, he's an underrated passer. Since he was a rookie in the league, everybody's been talking about. And I think that's that narrative that people just look at him and assume that since he's a black quarterback, that he cannot pass the ball. And since he's such a great runner, he's so athletic that he doesn't have a good arm or he's not accurate. And I think that that's absolutely untrue. But when people look at Josh Allen, big white boy, and look at Lamar Jackson, big black dude who's very, very athletic, they automatically assume that Josh Allen is a better and more accurate passer. And I disagree. When you watch Lamar Jackson play, Lamar Jackson be putting the ball on the money, deep passes, short passes, outright. He can throw any ball, and he throws them very accurately. And he's been doing it for his entire career. So I do disagree with that. They're up against a better quarterback this week. He's been playing better all year, and they barely beat Josh Allen last week. I don't think they're going to be able to do it this week. I take Baltimore.
Already.
All right, Kurt.
Well, man, I still haven't decided in this moment. And it's only because Pat showed me some last week. I know the game was close and all that, but I'm just saying, going into Buffalo, I ain't think he really could do it, to be honest. But I did pick him, right? So this is Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, going somewhere to play whoever, Dominique Wilkins or whatever, right? So for me, let's say the quarterbacks are even, different skill set, all that. That's a wash. Both defenses, right, are great. Special teams, solid. Because, you know, Harbaugh, that's how he cut his teeth in the NFL with special teams coach, right? Both of them have kickers that can go 60 yards. Butker and Justin, forgot his last name. So what it comes down to for me is, me personally, I think they're getting ready to uncork OBJ, because you ain't seen him in 3 weeks, right? They ain't showed no plays, right? I feel like Mark Andrews is going to be back. So at the very least, he's going to draw double teams right off the rip. And it's going to open up their whole passing offense. Plus, they're at home, right? And Kansas City's good, but the Ravens defense brings violence and bad intentions. And for that reason, man, in this moment, I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Hey, Kurt, I love what you said. You said Patty is Michael Jordan. You're absolutely right. I think the best player on the field during that game is going to be Patrick Mahomes. But I think it's going to be Michael Jordan versus them Pistons. We couldn't win. You see what I'm saying? I think it's going to be Michael Jordan versus the Pistons. And he ain't going to be able to get over that hump. You know what I mean? Because he just don't got the talent around him that he used to have. I just don't think he's going to win. He was able to, listen, he did last week by himself. He went out there and was Superman last week. Yep. Got to give Patrick his props. That dude is superhuman. That dude is great, Chuck. I agree with you, man. He's great. But, you know, one dude in football, you can't do that all the way through the playoffs, man. You need help around. You need people around you. And the Kansas City just ain't play. They've showed us who they are the whole season. And for them to turn on a switch at the end of the season just for the playoffs, I don't see that happening all the way through. Now, they surprised me the last 2 games. I just don't see them continuing.
I'm going to go lone wolf on this one. You want to crown them, y'all crown them. But here's the thing. First of all, Daryl, I did not say Josh Allen was a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
You said he was a better runner and a better passer. That means a better quarterback.
Can I talk?
Yeah. I
said silently, and I listened to your whole rant.
Yeah, okay.
I said he would be easier for the Chiefs defense to contain, because they contained Josh Allen. Josh Allen, they just couldn't bring him down. But Jamar, your boy, Lamar Jackson is more elusive than Josh Allen. But I think he's better suited for the Chiefs and Spags to put together a game plan to contain Lamar Jackson. They're going to win by defense, and it's going to shake everybody up. Everybody's going to be surprised. I think the Chiefs receivers, the Chiefs go to a whole nother level. Now, he said that championship teams don't, whatever he said, something about championship teams. Baltimore, where's Baltimore's championship? It's years back. Who's been the championship team over the last few years?
Right.
What are you talking about?
No, I said championship teams beat you. In the past, the Kansas City Chiefs will beat you. They were dominant. I'm not, you trying to make an argument out of nothing. The Chiefs are the champs. They were dominant last year. This year, they're not dominant.
They're doing just what they need to do to win.
They're doing enough to get by, but this week,
championship teams will find ways to win, and they will go into Baltimore.
This week,
find a way to get it
the field
done,
goal.
And there will be a good defensive
Their field goal kicker won't miss.
I think that the Chiefs will win 20-17. The defense is going to shock. When they shut down Baltimore and shut down Lamar Jackson, it's going to shock everybody. And I like that they're coming in underdogs. I like that they're coming in underdogs. That's fine with me. That's fine with me because they're always underdogs. They go to 6 straight championship games, and they're underdogs. They've won 3 out of the 4. They went to the Super Bowl 3 out of the 4 last years. They're still the underdog. Okay.
But you look at
We'll go with that. We'll go with that scenario. And you know, what you got, Daryl?
Lamar usually goes home. Lamar usually goes home in the first round, right?
Yeah, usually.
Usually, so we can't go off of usually. Because the Kansas City Chiefs ain't the only team playing. Come on, somebody. Yeah. So if we look at curses that's being broken, Lamar just broke one. So as long as that's broken, we'll see Sunday, baby. We'll
see. And another curse has been broken. My boy did it on the road this year, which he ain't never had to do before. That's another curse that's broken.
Is that a curse? He just never had to do it. Like it's not like he had been on the road. And
I'm not saying a curse. Okay, a little semantics with the wording. The wording's off. But it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly. It's a different year. Everything's different.
See, that was my point, Chuck. That was the last thing you just said was my point. This every year is different. You talk about how 6 years in a row, NFC Championship still underdog. That don't have nothing to do with this year. That was last year and the year before that. Right. We can't bring that the way they played this year, put them into the position that they're in this year. We're talking about this year's 2023, 2024 Kansas City Chiefs, not 2022, 2023, and what they did all the other years.
AFC Championship game.
The old Kansas City Chiefs.
AFC Championship game.
I'm just saying what you said. Now your word said you said that championship teams find a way to win big games. That's what you said. They did not find a way to win the game last week. Buffalo found a way to lose the game last week. So there's 2 different things. There's no way that we can say that Kansas City just went out there and just beat Buffalo last week. They didn't. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? I told you about the missed touchdown pass in the 4th quarter, and then the missed field goal that could have sent into overtime. That was 2 huge mistakes at the end of the game. Yeah. Listen, Kansas City won. They won.
Yeah. But I disagree with that. I disagree with that part because all Pat did was just sit back and wait on them to make a mistake, man. And Pat made 3 or 4 plays in a game.
You can't win, Kurt. You can't win.
No, I'm just saying.
Next week it's going to be, Baltimore lost it.
Oh, no. I'm not saying.
I'm not going to
I'm saying I get. They're very.
play like that.
Opinions are
They
very
wanna
valid,
come out.
but bro, the truth is usually just somewhere in the middle. Really, you had a game at home. This is the weakest you're ever gonna see the Chiefs, and you,
Yeah.
whatever reason, you didn't get it done, and the field goal kicker had to. I think they might have ran him out of town. I think on the
Man,
real.
yeah, death
They
threat.
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Hey, and
He got death
Patrick
threats and
Mahomes
everything,
played a
man.
perfect game, man. Patrick Mahomes, I watched the whole, Patrick Mahomes played a great game. He played that, it was flawless from Patrick Mahomes. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like you said, he just sat back and waited on them, but it still took, even with Patrick Mahomes playing as great as he did, it took a missed pass in the fourth quarter from Josh Allen and a missed field goal in the waning minutes to win that
It
game.
wasn't a
Even
flawless
with
game,
Patrick
though.
Mahomes playing the game, like he played great, man. He's played that game. It's like they're getting better as the playoffs go on. You know what I'm saying? Like that game was probably the best game he's played all year. And the game before that against Miami, up to that point, was probably the best game he had played all year. Yo, they scored more than 21 points last week. And the week before that,
Yeah.
them boys is balling. As
Yeah.
good as they balling, and still barely won, man. I just
Look,
don't
they wouldn't have, Buffalo would have never been in that position to kick that field goal if it wasn't for Mecole Hardman fumbling that football out of the end zone. So it was a mistake made by Kansas City too. Kansas City made mistakes that could have cost them. But, you know, and if they go in and beat Baltimore, I don't care if they get the job done, then if the other team made mistakes, that's on the other team.
Yeah, but see, and that's what I'm saying about that fumbled touchdown, right? That's what them boys have been doing all year. That's like that's why we've been so down on Kansas City, because everybody else other than Patrick Mahomes has been dropping passes in critical times, has been fumbling in critical times, has been making critical mistakes. That's the reason that we don't have faith in Kansas City this year. I'm not a Kansas City hater.
Josh Allen made mistakes too. Josh Allen made mistakes. They turned it around and won 5 in a row, right? To get there. I mean, you can say that about Josh Allen too. He made mistakes. And at the end of the game, he missed that touchdown pass. It's what he's been doing all year, right?
Hey, Mahomes said this. He said, the Ravens are on top of their game. They play good defense, good offense, and great special teams. So if Mahomes knows that they got to go out there and play a perfect game, because the Ravens ain't going to miss no field goal. You can best believe that.
It's not rocket science. I could tell you that. This is a tall order for Kansas City to go into Baltimore and beat that. That is the best team I've seen.
They're not the Buffalo Bills.
I've seen them all. This is the first time that I sat down and I watched them, and I was like, oh my God, this team is a juggernaut, man. They're going to be a beast, but they're going to be very hard to beat. That's a tall task. Chiefs are the underdogs coming into this one. Every indication is that the Baltimore Ravens will win, but I know my team. And I think they'll put together a game plan. They play hard. They step up every week. And they're going to come in here with a flawless game plan, stay steady. They fight to the very end. And they'll do it. They come in, get the upset, and that stadium's going to be quiet.
Yeah, your game plan, but that game plan ain't going to work like that when you got 11 opposite players on the other side of the line that's saying the same thing you saying. Like Tyson said, it's easy to punch on the bag, but what you going to do when somebody punch back?
Hey, Chuck, can you text me your address? Because I want to try to have an ambulance station a couple of blocks down from you on Sunday.
Hey, I live in a retirement community where all the people are old and they're dying every day. The ambulance is in my neighborhood every day, man. So They'll
Hey,
get
when I
hit.
They
tell you, hey,
already
when I
know.
tell you he lived within spitting distance of the police station, they got a police station right on the corner. I mean,
And
Hey,
the fire station right there, right?
right there, yeah.
hey,
You better know it. Hey,
wow.
I see those ambulance lights, blue and red, just flashing all the time passing by my house.
Wow.
So it's
When I
all
tell you
good.
he lived
They coming, they got an automatic key to the gate because this
911,
is
they
a
there in 3
55
minutes.
and over community, and people are people are croaking, man. You know, I hate to say it, but it is true, man.
Okay, next game. What's the next game?
Okay, so I kick off this one. Turn it back around to me, and we go back the opposite way. We got the Lions going in to play the 49ers. So y'all have a really good chance to catch up because I'm going with the 49ers. And if everything go like y'all think, we'll be even. You'll be one behind, and if your Lions win the Super Bowl, that's it. Okay. It's on you, Kurt.
Man, first of all, let me just say, I'm sick picking against the Chiefs, but I just think Lamar's gonna win. But anyway, in this game, I'm looking at purely football, even though I don't like the 49ers. And Green Bay took them to the hill last week, physically, and gave the game away, really. If you watch the game, Green Bay gave it away.
Yeah. Love did some old Brett Favre type stuff.
And his coach put him in some bad positions, man, to be honest. Right? He ain't Aaron Rodgers yet, bro.
Not
But
yet.
hey, he got cojones the size of Texas.
Right.
They miss Debo. They miss Debo, man.
Oh, yeah. So having said that, Detroit's 2 running backs.
Yeah.
They're 3 receivers, man. And they're tight end. Like, this is gonna be a game. And I think Jared Goff doesn't make the mistakes that old boy makes. Now, Jared Goff, his history says if you can get to him early and hit him, he gonna throw you a couple. But he played in that division. He cut his teeth in that division before he got. I think he knows that team. Even though he didn't beat him while he was in LA. I just think that the Lions, I like their spirit. Their coach, he's gonna do whatever it takes to win. Whatever, 4th downs, all that's open now. Fake punts, passes. I just love a coach like that. Man, give me them Lions, man. Give them to me.
Okay. And Durham.
All right, so I'm trying to think about this. I'm down 6, right? If I pick my team that I want to pick, which is San Francisco, because I think that they're going to win. If I pick them and Baltimore wins, that puts me down 4 from Charles. And I don't think even if I pick the right Super Bowl team, say Baltimore wins and I pick Baltimore, the Super Bowl, that would give me 3 points, not 4, right?
Right.
Right? So I will still be down 1 on Chuck. So if I want to win this thing or tie it up with Chuck, I gotta choose the other team, the Chuck pick, right? Isn't that my only option?
Yeah.
I'm thinking so. Yeah.
I think so, right? So because if Baltimore win, if I get both my picks right this week, I will come up 2 more pick. I will come up 2, so that will put me down 4. And then if I choose Baltimore and Baltimore wins, then the Super Bowl, then I get 2 for picking the right team, and then an additional 1 for my team winning it all, and that will only be 3. So the only way I will be able to tie it up is if I choose the exact score of that, because we're going to do that too for the Super Bowl, right? And that would tie it up. But what are the odds of that happening? That's not going to happen. So if I want to come back and tie it up for the Super Bowl, I got to get both of these picks right, and Baltimore has to win. So and they have to be different than yours, than Chuck's. So, but then if Chuck choose, I ain't gonna no. Let me shut up. I ain't gonna give you no strategies. All right, so I gotta go. Even though I think San Francisco's a better team, y'all know I've been talking about San Francisco, Baltimore Super Bowl since week 1 or week 2, since early in the season. And it's gonna probably come true. But if I want to win this thing, I'm gonna delete my San Francisco pick, and I'm pulling for Detroit this week. Come on, Detroit. Let's go, Detroit. Let's go, Lions. Does that make sense, Kurt?
Yeah. Man, you trying to win. You within striking distance. It don't make no sense not to go for it. Like
that wraps it up. Hey, this is all or nothing this week, man. Because I'm lone wolf on both picks.
That's what's gonna make you lose.
All you gotta do is break even, though. All you gotta do is break even.
We'll see. I haven't lost all year. I know I'll get
it. Break even, he won.
Out of every team that looked subpar, that really did not look all that impressive to me, it was Purdy in the 49ers.
Yeah.
They just did not impress me out of every team in the playoffs. If you look at all the quarterbacks, if y'all really look at it, besides Dak, in the playoffs, you got number one. People don't realize Baker was a number one.
Yeah.
We dealing with number ones, homeboy.
That's what make you feel good, to talk yourself into your pick. That's cool.
So, well, hey, I picked them from the jump. I ain't this your pick.
Detroit is his
from
team.
The jump.
Yeah, that's his pick.
From the jump, dog. I ain't dissing your pick. My pick is still in it like yours.
I'm not saying you dissing my pick.
Okay then. Nigga, my pick is just like yours. Nigga, my pick is still playing. Just like yours is still playing. But yours is going home after this week.
It's on tape. Keep talking.
Lamar Jackson will send them home this week.
That's what you said last week.
Well, this
that's what you said the week before.
Golf's numbers last week was 30.
And you know what? If you keep betting against them, odds are you might get something.
Hey, whose turn is it to pick?
It's not. Whose turn is it to pick? Ain't nobody's turn to pick. We're done. We're done.
Whose turn is it to pick?
We're done.
It's my turn to pick, right?
Yeah.
And my time there. Okay, Chief. Calm down, Chief. You're gonna be all right. Look, Golf's numbers for last week. He went 30 for 43, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Say, this is a Cinderella year for Detroit. We gotta have this. This is a Cinderella year for Detroit.
This is the first time in the playoffs that they're not playing at home, though. This is the first time in the playoffs that they're not playing at home.
This is the first time they've been to the playoffs in 30 years. So, I mean, that ain't saying that. This is a Cinderella year for Detroit. And whatever they do, I'm like this. I heard Kurt say this a lot. They plan on what?
House money.
To be truthful, they've already overachieved. Who thought the Lions would be in the NFC Championship?
Yep, I did.
Thank you. They've already overachieved. So therefore, Purdy, and they can say what they want to say, Debo is missed. Did you see they was trying to run number 15 like they run Debo? That man, he sucks. He can't do it. And the Detroit Lions got they dogs. They defense is dogs. I love them even when they make mistakes. They make the mistake and they get up from it and they keep playing hard-nosed football. The head coach is going for it on 4th and 5.
Did you pick the Rams to beat the Lions in the wild card week?
But that was a reason. That was something to go against. That was another game plan. I told y'all that if you go back and look at the tape, that I was going to go against this to try to catch you.
That's true.
So
Hey,
if
Chuck
you
got
go
the
back and look
best
at the
camera.
tape, it was always a reason. But this week,
I got the what?
I said, you got the best camera. I need to get your camera, man, because after Harold said that and you said something, you looked away and the camera starts zooming in on your face.
but hey,
Yeah.
you know
I
what?
was thinking, I'm like,
Hey,
boy,
I
Chuck's
hope
camera
his
is
camera.
dope.
I hope his camera zoom in next week too.
I don't know what kind of camera you got, but it like moves with you and it
Oh,
zooms
hey,
in
he
at
can
certain
go to
times,
Patrick
and it's like
Mahomes'
it
house
hits the right
next week
time.
to watch the game with.
Why am I not blurred in my background, man? My background should be blurred.
Y'all see how it moves around? Okay, but what did you say, Chuck? Harold? I didn't hear that last part. What was that last one?
It'll be 9 next week, though.
Hey, next week, next week I hope the camera's still working real good, and I hope we get an invite from Patrick Mahomes. So they can go over there and have a Super Bowl
This week,
party.
I got to go. Yeah, I can come get you Monday. Oh, I'll get it in a minute.
Because it ain't going down like that. Hey,
Harold said,
you know what? You know, I stick with Mahomes. I've been watching Mahomes since college. I saw him in a game against OU. He was a straight shootout. I saw his gift. I said he just with a sorry school. I said he with the wrong school, but I said he gonna
Texas
be a great,
Tech, right?
Yeah, he gonna be a great professional. I remember
He's the reason why.
Hey, Chuck was totally like, no, duh. I said, boy, they got a hell of a quarterback.
Yeah, he ran Baker out of Texas Tech.
I never spoke that. Yeah. I knew what he was, man. I watched the Oklahoma Texas Tech game. I knew what he was.
But I told you.
I just said I wanted Watson, and I was wrong about that. What's that kid that went to Houston?
Yeah,
Watson.
Watson.
On that draft day, I was like, I hope we get him.
He wanted the nasty guy.
We got Patrick Mahomes, and I'm happy about it. And I knew he was a good quarterback. You know, I was never down on him. I just preferred another guy.
Well, yeah, anybody who keeps up with Texas Tech football, at the time I lived in Texas. And Texas Tech, man, they always have good passing attacks in Texas Tech. They always run that NFL passing offense. So the quarterbacks that come out of Texas Tech are usually pretty NFL ready. Pretty good quarterbacks coming out of Texas Tech, man.
Yeah, his style was a little bit gunslinger, you know, like Brett Favre or whatever. And that's what
he reminded me of right there.
Yeah, he was a gunslinger, and that's what I was concerned about. That's
perfect. That's a perfect comparison because that's who he reminded me of too.
A gunslinger, the underarm passes and the sidearm and the flick, you know, all the different things.
Hey, breaking news. Chargers hire Michigan's Jim Harbaugh as head coach.
Okay.
Chucky, what you think about that there?
Got to play them boys 2 times a year. Don't get up. Don't get up.
Hey, on a basketball note, them Milwaukee Bucks just got Doc Rivers as their head coach.
How do y'all feel about that? People killing them for that.
I don't like. Well, first of all, I think they fired their head coach because they didn't want to play because he wanted to get rid of Antetokounmpo's brother.
Oh, really?
I think that's why they fired him because they having a good season. They playing well, doing everything.
Yeah,
right.
he got him.
He wanted to trade the Greek Freak's brother. You know, the sorry dude that be on the bench. You know, Greek Freak went into the front office and said, "Man, he got to go."
He was a good coach. He wasn't a bad coach, was he?
No, he wasn't a bad coach. But see, hey, I don't know if Doc is going to do what he did before. But see, Doc is more of a traditional coach. Like he wants the point guard to be a traditional point guard, and we want to play with the big man and get the ball inside. That's why he didn't work out in Golden State. So hopefully he's changed because out there in Milwaukee, Dame ain't no traditional point guard. You know what I'm saying? Dame, you need to let Dame be Dame. You know, let the Greek freak be the Greek freak. Let them boys play ball the way they've been playing ball, and y'all will win a bunch of games.
The thing about it is they know how they want to play too, and I think this coach, I think he ain't made for a veteran team. Like they already won. Well, Giannis already won one, so the fire and brimstone that ain't gonna work. But the granddaddy wisdom right now, Giannis will look up and lead. Giannis will be open to Doc's leadership for the first time. Embiid them was fighting him all the way. Paul Pierce, KG, all them. Giannis is the type, once you got his trust, everybody else gonna fall in line. Doc might get him, he might get a championship with these cats.
Okay.
Maybe.
G got quiet on us. What's up, G? You good, man?
Nah, I mean, Doc Rivers, he's a proven champion.
And they hired Brian Callahan, and I think they're hitting some kind of snags in Atlanta with Belichick, right?
Yeah,
something snagging that deal from getting done. But yeah, Bill Callahan, he went to who did he go to? I was like, oh, to the Tennessee Titans, and I'm like, was that really an upgrade?
Yeah, man.
The Bengals
you got rid of Vrabel for that? Like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's Sierra going?
They're probably waiting on one of these coordinators and one of these.
I hope they go to the Steelers.
What do y'all think about Tomlin returning to the Steelers?
Good fit. I
don't think it was ever a story. I don't need inside of their facility. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he was ever really even worried about it. You know?
And I like the fact that they showed some loyalty to Tomlin. He's been a good coach for them for a long time. And I was afraid that, they'd treat him like most black coaches are treated in the NFL. You have one bad season.
Yeah,
whereas they give these white coaches chance after chance after chance. But the only
good organization. Pittsburgh's a good organization like that, though.
Yeah.
The first black quarterback I ever seen play in the NFL was John Gilliam with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. They've always been the first to give a brother a shot. And
they also very loyal to their coaches too, because they've only had 3 coaches in like the last, I don't know how many years. You know what I'm saying? They coaches 15 years, 17 years, 14
years. And if it wasn't for them letting Cordell do that slash stuff, the black quarterback wouldn't be as far as he is today.
Facts.
I mean, Warren Moon, man, one of the best quarterbacks ever.
My God.
And they sent him, he had to go to Canada to play his first, 10 years. I mean, a lot of years over in Canada.
5 years. He got 5 Canadian championships and came back.
And before they brought him to the NFL.
One of the greatest black quarterbacks, a little before our time, Kurt, was from Muskogee. And because the NFL was so racist with the quarterbacks, he had to go to Canada. Prince McJunkin.
Yeah.
Straight up. Way better than Moon. Way better than a lot of those quarterbacks that made it. Prince McJunkin still got records. People still talk about that black quarterback out of Wichita State.
Yeah.
Today. Hall of Famers talk about him.
Wow.
If he'd have come on now,
I remember Prince McJunkin,
he'd be in the league.
I don't know if I'd put him in the same category with Warren Moon, but he was a beast.
Because you didn't get to see him. I just said he didn't get the opportunity.
He just came out 3 or 4 years before I did.
He didn't get the opportunity. He had to go to Canada.
In the 70s. Yeah. And he went to Wichita State because Adrian Shipp followed him, right?
Yep. Yeah, Shipp wasn't. Prince.
Well, Muskogee put out some athletes.
Prince was bad too.
I met people up here that know Prince McJohn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Older people, it's say, hey, that guy was this. I'm like, dang. It made me go back and research.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Real. That's how great this dude was. We didn't know, Muskogee didn't know how great that dude was.
Yeah, man, I'll give y'all a fun fact, man. So we was digging through some old stuff, some relatives, and you know, my old grandpa Grant, he was a football player for Manual, you know, the black school, Manual training.
Yeah.
Check it out. That cat was a 3-time back-to-back state champion quarterback, 2-time national runner-up. They actually had black high school national championships back then. And Muskogee made it twice, and they lost 6-0 both times.
Mm.
And that was it, man. That was a long time ago. I'm talking about in the 40s.
Really?
Hey, Harold, you remember Raz telling us stories about manual training?
Yeah.
Manual training Bulldogs. Heard a lot of stories about them.
A lot of tradition with that, man. And Muskogee High School benefited from that.
Right.
In the 70s, you know what I'm saying?
Delroy Reed was a great football player out of Manual training.
Big O, Otis Robinson.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
They wore purple and white, right? Purple.
Yeah, man.
Purple and black.
My mom and them still rep. They still wear their purple and all that.
Yeah, Manual training Bulldogs.
Hey, I'm gonna share something with y'all that y'all probably didn't know. We grew up with him. Charles Marshall was a level major league baseball pitcher. But his mama took sick and he chose to stay in Muskogee and take care of his mama and send his sister Irene through college.
Wow.
That's why he was working for the city of Muskogee. But he was already set to go pitch in the majors, dude.
Charles Marshall? Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about how different Muskogee, because most of us was born in Muskogee. Kurt, you was born in Wagner or Muskogee?
Muskogee. I'm Muskogee.
Muskogee. Oh, Muskogee. So, you know, because Muskogee, I was doing some research on it years ago, and y'all probably know better than I do. But they almost built a military base in Muskogee back in the day. And if they end up decided to build it somewhere else. Is that when they made Fort Bragg? Chuck, instead of Fort Sill, they end up doing Fort Sill instead of Fort Muskogee or whatever, whatever it's gonna be. But it was gonna be in Muskogee, and it was like one of the final things. But have you ever thought it? Because whenever I go through Muskogee now, it's like, you know what I mean? But
I know.
how different life would have been if they would have put, the military base right there. How different Muskogee would be right now. You know what I'm saying? If there was a military base there and all that stuff, boy.
I was a little surprised that they built it up, a little bit the last time I was down there.
They tried to here and there around the casino traffic,
Yeah. A couple of gambling casinos and, a lot of different businesses I saw was going up in Muskogee. It surprised me because it was a dying city. A dying town.
The difference in Muskogee now and then, from when we grew up, now they're going with quantity. They're building it up, putting new houses on them, where they tore down our old neighborhood. Across the tracks, they built all new homes. But what I've recognized in Muskogee, the quantity may be growing real slow, but the quality of people is not what it was.
No.
The quality of people is zero.
That's true. I mean, I'm here. I tell you, that's honestly true. Yep.
Ain't the whole Ragsdale clan down there? No.
I rest my case. I rest my case then. Say, I
Say,
rest
man,
my case.
no comment on that, bruh.
I'm gonna comment. I rest my case. You just said the whole thing. You summed it up. Man, the quality of people is zero, bro.
Hey man, I hope
It's
I hope
zero,
none of my
man.
cousins is on here, y'all. We don't mean that, y'all.
Hey, the people, look.
Oh, hey, I wanted to touch on something before we get off here, man. Why was last week the most viewed episode that we've ever had?
Because y'all was arguing. That's why.
No, I'm
People
just
love
wondering like
that.
who was watching. You know what I'm saying? It made
Yeah,
me
'cause
wonder. Like,
y'all was acting a ninja.
Hey, it was hard to watch. It was hard for me to watch it, you know.
bro, hey, you catch more smoke than that with all four of us trying to play dominoes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't nothing to me. I mean, so
yeah.
If that got us those views, if they showed us playing dominoes against each other, boy, we'll go viral.
Man. Dude, for real.
Yeah,
that's all I was thinking. I was like, man, that wasn't even nothing, man. If you could be in on the dominoes game or something, yeah.
Man.
I told the guys at the church they went bowling. I didn't get to go with them, but I talked so much noise when we go bowling, man. We was at a church in Seattle, Washington, and I went out. I just joined the church and all that stuff. I went out with the pastor, and he took all the preachers out bowling. Man, I talked so much noise that night. I was like, who God beat him so bad every time I wrote a strike. I was like, X-Men. I was just talking so much noise that the next day, that was on a Saturday night. The next day, I went to the altar to be prayed for, man. The pastor didn't want to pray for me, man. He left me on the altar. I'm on the altar like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you went from a preacher to a head usher.
yeah.
But you know what? It's been like that. Y'all could talk some smack, man. Y'all talk much smack. And when we playing dominoes or anything we did, but they would always team up on the big brother, right? They team up.
That's what it's about.
I would just follow Harold. Whatever Harold told me.
Whatever Harold did, Harold will have you in there going, talking big noise. Because you was good on that doggone video game.
Oh, man.
And Harold will come in there and get to you like 10 years old, 9 years old, and just be beating the brakes off people.
I can't remember who it was, Harold, but I remember you came home one night with your friends, and I was asleep, and somebody beat you in double dribble. And he said, wait a minute. Woke me up. I was falling asleep. 3 English. I mean, that dude so bad, and I talked about him. Yeah. Hey, Kurt.
We're sleeping,
I had to be 8 or 7, but I knew they weren't gonna do nothing to me because Harold my brother, right? So I'm talking I mean, whoever it was, I've been there talking about. I'm talking noise, beat the bricks off that person, man. And the next day it was raining. It was like the next day, a couple of days later, it was raining outside real bad, and I had to walk to school. And that person, who was that? Was that Chris Marshall? I can't remember who it was.
Marshall, yeah.
Charles Marshall. We just talked about Charles Marshall. Chris Marshall, his son, picked me up and took me to school from the rain, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad. The night before, I had talked about him.
Went back to Chris years later and apologized. Chris didn't even remember that. But Daryl, as a man, went back to him and told him what he did and apologized for that. But he was
on camera, so I'll save my comment. But he was used to.
Hey, he was hitting threes, Kurt, and talking about you know, he was just like imitating the way he talked and everything, just like degrading this dude on double dribble, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's not one of my best. I mean, it's funny, but you know, You was a kid. I shouldn't have did that.
Hey, I went out to Virginia when Daryl was out there with Chuck, and I didn't know nothing about this Tecmo Bowl game, right? I didn't know nothing about it. So I said, just show me the remote, show me the play, show me how to work the remote. Say, man. Hey, Kurt, I had that I forget what team I was using, but I went to shotgun formation. And they had one play that just go long, post patterns on every receiver. Dude, I would hike the ball and pass and drop the remote. Boy, Chuck was hotter than fish grease.
Oh, here we go.
Was mad.
These mythical stories that I don't even remember.
You didn't remember because
he don't remember because that was the same trip that you beat him in dominoes all night long.
Man, I beat him 24 hours flat in dominoes, and he just sat there and just took it and thought he was going to win.
Kurt. Chuck was drinking a little bit, and he wasn't going to let Harold off the table until he won a game. They started playing after dinner, so around 5 or 6 o'clock. Man, I went to bed. I had to go to school the next morning. When I woke up the next morning, they were still.
Dang.
Bad.
I was in there spanking them for hours.
Well, I'm telling you right now today, they're exaggerating the hell out of it.
No, that's no exaggeration. No cap. As the young people say, Kurt, no cap. That ain't no cap. That ain't no cap.
Listen, hey, Chuck, man, I went to bed and I remember waking up saying, hey, y'all still playing? And Harold was like, he won't let me get up.
Yeah, he won't let me get up. Hey, that ain't no cap. That ain't no cap.
I got me over here crying, boy.
Hey.
Oh, man.
Hey, Kurt, and you would think the military would have taught him how to take an L. For real. Me and Dal ain't been to the military, so we don't know how to take an L. We like, I'm like, he been in the military 40 years, 30 years, 20-some years. I'm like, this dude ain't gonna let me get up. I'm like, it's a bad day.
Kurt, around 3 o'clock, I would have let him win one. He would have got, I would have let him win, but
I would have had to get up, go to PT the next morning. I wouldn't have been up all night drunk, keeping you on the domino table.
No, I'm saying you didn't hear what I said. You don't have selective here and hear me. I said with the military, with people in the military, y'all are very respectful. Y'all are very, sir, no, sir, yes, sir. So I look up to people that have that discipline that I lack. Again, I said, I would be the one where if I'm losing at something, hell, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to win.
You must have took off or something because you knew Harold was coming or something because you didn't go to work the next day. I'm not even exaggerating. I went to bed.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up the next morning. Because I waking up the next morning when I was like, y'all are still playing. And I remember Harold saying, he won't let me get up.
That's right. That's fact. Straight true.
He won't let me get. I remember that. I remember that. So I don't know if it was a Saturday. Maybe I wasn't getting up to go to school. Maybe I was getting up.
Charles Jr. was
just woke up in the morning.
Charles Jr. was a military policeman. He was going to work because we went to the gym and got into a fight. And when we got home, Charles Jr. went in on us talking about, y'all, I'm a military police. Y'all gotta watch what y'all do. He went in on us because we was acting up in the gym.
And you know Harold got a memory. Harold can remember everything. So I'm not.
You sat there with a bottle, and I said, I back then I was sipping on a little something, Kurt, but I was like, this dude is drinking for real, for real, for real. How can he drink this stuff straight?
I remember you was drinking, but you didn't let him up. You was upset that day. I remember that.
Man, you was ass.
I remember that. We might exaggerate some stuff, but he had that night playing dominoes. you were upset, and maybe we didn't start at 5. Maybe it was 8. But I remember I went to bed. I watched y'all play for a while because I played at first, and then I dropped out, and it was just y'all two. And Harold just kept winning, and then I got tired, and I went to bed. And when I woke up, y'all was still in there on that table. And I remember saying, man, y'all ain't up here. Harold was like, he ain't gonna let me leave until he wins. And he just kept, I was like, man, I would have let you win at some point during the night. I was just, you know what I'm saying? But Harold just refused.
All I do is win.
Hey, Kurt, there was some stubborn dudes. Huh? There was some stubborn dudes, Kurt, because Chuck wasn't gonna let him up without getting the dub, and Harold wasn't gonna just let him win. Harold was gonna make him earn it. So they was there all night. It was just, this is it. So
right now, I was like, say, man, I'm on this cat's turf, but that's what I knew, because he had me eating food that I had never ate. He was fixing these German dishes. That was good. A little spicy, but they was good. He was naming off stuff I couldn't pronounce. And I'm like, what is that? And he said, this is this. Fed me real good. Some of the stuff was a little too spicy, but it was good. And so I said, shoot, one thing ain't changed is that Big Six. Domino's ain't changed.
Like Merton Lee used to say, I'm gonna warm that head.
Yeah. Hey, that night he showed me he is Charles Ragsdale Jr. Because his daddy was the same way. Yeah. Until he was 83 years old, sat at a pool table, and I mean, he tried to outshoot me. I mean, he was banking. And I said, you know what? As soon as he started beating me, Kurt, at first I was going to let him win. I'm just shooting. I said, I'm going to let the old man win. But then I seen that drive in that eye. I said, oh, he still got that drive. And then I remember how Mom, I said, oh, I'm going to whoop him in the memory of Mom. Because Mom wouldn't let up on him. She didn't care. She going to take you down. So I took him down. I said, watch this, old man. And I went on and beat him. I said, I couldn't even give him that.
Man.
Because I remember Mom would warm that head and he'd get upset. And she'd be like, oh, I got you again, Rags. And boy, it's just a game. He mad in the chin. But she kept beating. I said, that was true. I said, I got to whoop him for on the Murray side.
I be beating people down. People don't even know about
this. American football.
We just talking.
Hey, man, hey, man, you ought to be smiling and having all the fun you can have. Because
you ahead, and it's gonna be so hard for us to come back, man. You pretty much
Dookie Platts after Dookie Platts. I don't see why you going against. I can see me and Daryl. You know, we Mahone, because all of us kind of got the same shade color skin as Mahone, and Dookie Platts look more like you. So you ought to be happy that Dookie Platts is getting ready to win. But you sad. You done sold out and going with the half breed.
Look, if Patrick, if Patrick Mahomes lose and the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, I would pull for Lamar Jackson, because I would like to see Lamar Jackson, all his haters and doubters passing on him, people doubting him all that time.
Just last year.
Win a Super Bowl. Nobody wanted him. They didn't want to pay him. I would love to see it, but he just happened to be going against my team.
It's gonna be this is gonna be a joy.
But if they do win,
going up,
I'm gonna be broke.
We wouldn't see a game like this.
But I want to see, if they win, I want to see Lamar Jackson win the Super Bowl, get his Super Bowl, get his MVP, and get some respect.
You know what? I agree. I agree with that to an extent. I don't want him to win for Baltimore. I would like to see Lamar Jackson get traded or go somewhere else and then win a Super Bowl. Because the way Baltimore treated him,
Yeah.
I don't think they deserve to get a Super Bowl. The way they didn't want to pay that man his money, the way they made him wait, the way they, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
trying to see
Yeah,
if
they
they
did.
needed a black
Baltimore
quarterback
took
to do it. That's
There's
just
a lot of
trash.
teams passed on him. There was a lot of teams wouldn't even trade for him. And all these teams need quarterback. They were saying this guy can't lead our
Coming out
franchise.
with press clippings talking about we don't want Lamar. Like,
But
Yeah.
don't y'all think that was more or less
that was the owners. That was the
Ravens?
owners.
Yeah, the Ravens making it impossible for someone to be able to afford Jackson.
No, I think it was the plantation owners
Right.
saying,
Yeah.
have my slate.
Yeah. Because they unified, whether we like it or not, the owners are unified.
This guy won a Heisman Trophy, and he didn't get picked until 32nd.
Yeah.
Right. But
And
as he said,
if you look at his college career,
And they had to move
he
up to get
averaged
him.
3,500 passing and 1,500 running every damn year of his start down there. It's just
And he
his
played well.
interceptions went back and forth.
And he play. It's not like he's a trash player. He been in ever since he's been in the league. He's been putting up numbers and playing well. And people just they just like I said before, they look at people like Josh Allen and they say he's gonna be the next person. Nobody ever gives the athletic black quarterback any sort of props, man. They just don't do it.
I agree. I don't
have to
think
get his
I don't
second
think Josh
MVP.
Allen is better than Lamar Jackson. I don't. I just think Kansas City will have a better, easier time containing him as opposed. He's a better fit for Kansas City's defense, I think.
I don't blame you for that because really Josh was putting that head down and them knees up.
He was running them, but man,
Hey,
he was
brothers
dragging.
had to make business decisions, bro. And you in the second quarter trying to tackle that dude. I can see if it's fourth, but these dudes ain't built like that no more. You could tell that they don't even practice tackling anymore.
But he won't last long because ask Bill Roethlisberger, ask Cam Newton, ask all those big quarterbacks. They don't last long running like that.
But
they won't have a long career. Andrew Luck.
Jackson is not going to play the game that you're expecting him to play with his legs. Jackson is going to have a great passing game, and they're going to start off with the run game. Hey, the run game works against Kansas City. If the run game gets the jumping off, it's game over because Lamar don't have to do everything with his legs. All he got to do is get the run game. And when you get that run game started, everything goes off of your run game. And Lamar knows how to dump the ball off to the tight ends. His tight ends, one of them boys out of Oklahoma, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Kansas City got exposed with that run game last week.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at.
They're going to have to tighten that up. And I feel like during practice, they're going to have to tighten up that run defense because that run defense was getting gashed in the first 2.5 quarters.
So when they stack the block, Kurt, what is Lamar?
Sometimes what's weird about it, sometimes they play good against the run. But a key person on that run defense was missing. And he made a world of difference, and I saw that. Naughty. You hear what I'm saying? They're naughty, man.
And it was a lot of Chiefs. I noticed the Chiefs was going off the field. They lost a couple of players last week.
And Jones is a good pass rusher.
Chris Jones wasn't on the field as much as
if you run right at Jones, you can have success.
And Chuck, you said something. Chuck, you said something in the chat that is going to be a problem. You was like, get somebody to spy on that dude or something like that. You said something like that in the chat, right?
Drew Tranquil. Because
this week is going to be
was out with a bad neck. He normally would be a spine on Josh Allen. And I was thinking, well, Drew Tranquil's a hell of a player. Put him on there. Now, Drew Tranquil's not as big as Gay, but he's a tough dude. They didn't spy on him.
Okay, so okay, you talking about spy. Okay, they put a spy on Lamar. Okay, so that's like spying on a thief. You know Bianca gonna take your body, but you can't catch Bianca.
That's
Okay,
when
so
containment come in.
they can
Keep
put a spy,
contained and spy on them.
and when
And
they
keep it
contain them,
contained.
they got Odell Beckham, they got what's that other young receiver? Say, man, they got so many weapons and so many elements to that offensive unit that you just can't stop them. It's a thing of what are you gonna give to get?
He's going to get his. He's going to get his. But will it be enough to win? Will it be enough to win?
We'll see. We're gonna see.
In Kansas City's defense, Spags, I trust the Spags to come up with a plan to pretty much contain them. I think it's going to be surprising. People are going to be really surprised with how low scoring this game's going to be.
What I want you to do,
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, though. Let me just say that.
Chuck, what I want you to do, when the Ravens win, you go to the mall. And when you come on the deal next week, you wear something with the Ravens.
Never.
Sell out. You're a sellout.
Never.
You just said you're gonna go with them if they were to win.
Yeah, if they win, I'm gonna pull for Lamar to get them a Super Bowl.
Right in. So when they win,
that ain't got nothing to do with wearing their paraphernalia. I can't put on another team's hat like that.
Oh man, come on, man.
He say he only wear his head is only for Kansas City Chiefs. That's it. He just ain't gonna put on nothing else.
I'm not putting on no Baltimore.
I respect that, Chuck.
I went to Baltimore Ravens Stadium and sat in the stands and watched a game, which tickets are going by $1,000. So I ain't trying to. But I wanted to go to that AFC Championship game up the road here in Baltimore. Can't do it. Tickets are too expensive.
Hey,
but wouldn't that be great to see Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes in person? Oh, that would be so live.
Any game you're gonna see. Yeah, that's history. That's history.
Yeah. I'd see that live, boy, and be up there in Kansas City Chiefs. I'll probably get beat down going that.
Yeah,
there's some rough areas where if you don't park in those high-ass parking lots, those places where those guys be trying to direct you to park, I didn't trust them people, man.
Hey, yeah. You better stay at home, because, boy, you get Jared Clement B-ankle out there, boy. Them Baltimore boys, they come for your head. And then you going to be up in there with all that Kansas City Chiefs stuff on there, please. You better get
and I saw some people when Mahomes, little clips, Mahomes was running in that stadium in the Bills, man, and it looked like, I can't be for sure, but it looked like it was somebody up in there spitting on him, man, trying to spit.
Yeah, they was throwing snow bottles.
Like they were
probably piss bottles, everything.
Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Say, man, let me tell a little quick story from Kurt's world back in the day. So, back in 1986 was my senior year, and this is related to how crowds act, right? So, by the time we was like 0-4, Jinx was ranked number 2 in the nation. They moved their homecoming because ESPN was coming to film the game. This is when they first started putting high school on ESPN. So by the time we went and played Jinx, they were number 2 in the nation. We were 0-7. Bro, we got out of there on the field goal, right? So we get ready to run back in the locker room. All the coaches and everybody from Telequal was like, we got y'all stuff. We got to get out of here. Bro, they was dumping cups of piss and everything on us, man. You know how you be on the side of the stadium trying to get into the locker rooms?
Yeah.
We got ran out of town. They had Rolls Royces all around the football field, ESPN banners everywhere. They had the desk and everything with the ESPN analysts, and we beat our 0-17 beat their ass, and we had to load up, and we couldn't even go back in the locker rooms, bro.
Oh no, but hey, that was karma though, because tell them what you did at the wrestling match to Kamala and them.
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. When Kamala was with
talking about none of that
Skandar.
on camera, man. I ain't talking about none of that on camera, boy.
Right, man. Come on now. You talking about they throwing spit and stuff. What'd you do to Kamala and Skandar Akbar?
Hey, man, I don't remember, man. I'll let y'all know my memory gets a little better. I don't remember.
He said when we not on camera, he will remember. But when we on camera, I remember on camera. I can't talk about this on camera.
Hey, boy, shenanigans, boy.
Talking about
Hey,
brothers.
Daryl don't even, hey, go ahead and cut it out so I can just remind Daryl of something. Hold up. Because this is when you was little, boy. I traumatized you. I've been waiting on you to bring it up, but you don't even remember. So go on and go out.
What you know?
Thank y'all.
Okay. All right, well, thank y'all for joining us for another episode of NFL Family Fight, man. We coming down to the end. We got one more week after this one, and we are in the Super Bowl. So we want you to like, share, and subscribe, man. Join us for this journey. If you know anyone who might benefit from this type of stuff, this type of programming, then we want you to share it with other people. Also, check out the Ragsdale channel, man. We got a lot of stuff, good stuff on the Ragsdale channel, a lot of stuff to help you to do better, be better, and live better than you did yesterday. We're trying to bless the world. We're trying to share the message of Jesus Christ to the world. So that's my big brother Harold's channel. He's doing great things. Kurt has also got some things going on. Kurt Cares and some other things going on. So we want you to check him out as well. Me and Chuck, we doing our things. Just check us all out. We're trying to do what we can to make the world a little bit better. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you next week. Peace.
All right. And everybody tell Chuck he sucks and the Chiefs are gonna lose.